Hello, today we're going to join a Windows 7 Pro machine to a work domain. Now we know we have our domain server configured correctly. We've even joined an XP Pro machine to the domain, so we know the domain's right. Let's leave that alone and go to this Windows 7 Pro machine and figure out what's going on here. Start, control panel, system, change settings. Right now we're a work group, see, and we want to become a domain member, so we want to join a domain. We'll type in the name of the domain. We want to join, click OK, and it's prompting me for a username and password. That's a good thing, because that means I do have it configured correctly, or it would not do this. It sees the server, so it's allowing this to go this far. Try and connect this baby to the server, and we'll see what happens. It's going to time out here after trying for a while and give us the rejection notice. There it is. The following error occurred: attempting to join the domain. An attempt to resolve the DNS name of the domain controller and the domain being joined has failed. Please verify this client is configured to reach a DNS server that can resolve DNS names. So yeah, it's configured to reach it, but for some reason, and I'll tell you the reason, I'll show it to you, but the server does not like what it sees. Even though we know they're both configured right, we know we can see, we can even map a network drive at this point to our server. But what we're going to do here, first of all, let me go here to command prompt, do an IP config, and we'll show you, pull this down so we can see it better. After doing an IP config, you can see this group of information. Way down in the middle of it is my local IPv4 address, the static IP address of this machine, subnet mask, another string of unintelligible information, and then here's the IP address of my router, which is my default gateway, and that's correct. So this is what my server, which is an older server, Windows 2003 server, does not like the way this looks. This isn't how you'd see an IP address if you did IP config in XP Pro. And that's the problem right now. That's what we're having an issue with, is it just doesn't want to negotiate with this group of junk. So we will go back into networks, local area connection, properties, and temporarily disable or just uncheck IPv6, TCP IPv6, and click OK. Now real quick, we'll do another IP config. Pull this down here so you can see it. IP config, and now it looks like a normal IP config you've seen for years or whatever, that type of setup. It's not conglomerated with a bunch of other extra junk. So now the server's going to like what it sees. So go ahead and join the domain. So again, change settings, system properties, join the domain, type in the name of the domain, and it's probably already still going to be there, and then click OK. Put in your username and password again. Okay. Voila. Welcome. So, okay, now it's going to want to reboot. So, you must restart your computer to apply these changes. Click OK. It's going to want to restart. It's going to allow you to do some things real quick first before you get a restart button. And one of those things I want to do is we'll go back in here. There's our restart button. Let's just go back into networks. Local area connection again, properties, and real quick we'll just check box that IPv6 again. Since we're already a member of the domain now, we got a welcome handshake. We can put that back in, and this machine likes to see that to negotiate with the internet, so we want that. And now we can restart the machine. After a lengthy reboot, we're up to the Control-Alt-Delete screen, and you'll notice there is no domain. Here is still the computer's name and the user. If you switch users, you have the option to go other user, but you still don't see a domain name, so you have to type in the domain and then backslash and then your username. Now you should be able to log on now. There you go. Hope that helps.